All right, I would like to ask you about your experience in making video games for the video game industry and doing the voiceover work.
What would you like to know?
What did you think of doing the voiceovers for Dragon Age Origins, for example? Because the dwarf in that game was one of my favorite characters.
Well, Ogren was kind of a character that I've been doing for most of my career, but usually not in front of a microphone, so he was pretty fun. I don't remember much because I was drunk and vomiting or peeing on myself, belching, possibly farting, or hurting someone. I cut a lot of things off of a lot of people, so all in all, it was a party. I'd say it was a good time. No, Ogre was really fun. I don't often get to do that, so.
Did you ever play the game?
I didn't. I'm not a gamer, so I don't get a chance to even see most of the stuff that I do.
Well, you did an awesome job, and I loved traveling with that character.
Well, thank you.
And what did you think of doing the Bulletstorm? Because I love that game, and I didn't realize that you did Grayson Hunt, and his lines were so funny. I was laughing during the entire game.
First and maybe only project I will ever get to say dick tits in, so, I mean, how can that be bad? And I got to insult the players into buying
You insulted me tons of times, and it was great.
And you sat there and took it, didn't you?
Yes, I loved it.
I'm proud of you.
I've played through it 4 times, and it's incredible. And I would like to ask you, who do you think is the character that most defines you, that you're most like, out of all your anime and video game characters?
Leron from Gurren Lagann. Well, each character, I think, represents a little piece of me, and Leron, I'm sure, is in there somewhere, so that's why he decided it was time to come out. Probably closest to my natural speaking voice would be Spike from Cowboy Bebop, but I'm not nearly the badass that he is. I'm actually a much happier person, I think, which is good. I don't know, there's a little bit of all of them in me, and I'm not sure which became which started as me and became that, or which started as them and became me, but it shows how schizophrenic I truly am.
And what was your experience like on Mass Effect 2? Because again, another one of my favorite characters. You seem to voice all of the best ones in every game possible.
Yeah, that was really fun. Mass Effect 2 was a really fun game, and I didn't know that they were going to pitch my voice down in that. It's one of the very few jobs that I've done where they actually pitch my voice down, and I love that because it made him a huge-ass Krogan, you know, and it worked really well for the character. So I was excited to see the final product of that. That I saw some cutscenes and things from, so it was great. And I was working with a great director on that game too, and she works me really hard in every project I work on with her. But I welcome that because she forces me to become a better actor with everything that I do. So
that game seemed like it had a lot of dialogue and a lot of lines. Did you have to record as much as I think you did?
I did. We did several sessions of that, and there were a lot of speeches and a lot of him discovering himself. So for a big creepy alien, he had a lot of internal stuff he had to work out.
Yeah, I think he was one of the most best developed characters in the game, in my opinion.
Oh, cool.
I thought that he just felt like a real character, and he was the one I wanted to get to know the most.
Oh, cool. Nice.
So,
and you wouldn't let him date your sister, would you?
You don't know my sister.
She's dated worse. It's all right.
Very true, very true. And when you look back on the stuff you've done, which do you miss doing the most? I think I know the answer to that one, but I have to ask.
Well, there are quite a few of them that I just wish wouldn't have ended. You know, of course, Cowboy Bebop, because it was so great. But that one had a natural ending, and they were really, the creators of the show were really happy that it ended as it did, and they thought it was perfect the way it was, so I have to respect that. I'd say Digimon. I loved doing Guilmon. I was really sad when that was over. And there was a show called Megas XLR that was kind of an homage to the whole anime industry, and we had so much fun making that show, and it just made me sad that it didn't continue. There's so many of them. Wolverine and the X-Men, for the obvious reasons. We were shocked that that didn't continue, and Spectacular Spider-Man. So, you know, that's just how the industry rolls. They do these things for their corporate reasons, and we don't really know why sometimes. So we just cry and move on. And of course, Tom from Toonami.
I miss him. Like you said before in the panel, you basically raised me too, because it was just, I came home every day, watched Dragon Ball Z, and you were always on it. It was so fantastic.
Well, I hope you did your homework, young man.
No.
I've talked to more people today that said they failed math because of me.
I failed math just because I suck at math.
Okay, great to take some ownership. I did raise you right, see?
You raised me perfectly right.
There you go. So it wasn't all bad.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, thank you very much for doing an interview, and
My pleasure and my honor, and good luck with the site. People, tune in. Check this out. Make this guy money. Peace.